this is going to be short because I can't remember nothing.
Well, okay.
I never was in a situation where it could be rowdy or what do you want to call it.
You were the perfect child?
Huh?
You were the perfect child?
No, I'm not saying that.
So the question this week is, what kind of teenager were you? Quiet, mischievous? What do we got?
It was just that
Okay. What you have written here is, as a teenager, always in the back of my mind was Washi Hendricks' threat, quote, if you get in trouble, I'll be twice as hard on you as others. I'll go twice as hard on you as I would on others. Yes, he ended up as chief of police in Appleton. How would you handle it? I wasn't going to test him. He was married.
Let's put it this way. At Appleton High School, I was one of, gosh, I don't remember. He was like 1,000 in my class.
Yeah.
So I didn't know too many of them, and this, that, and the next thing. Then when we transferred to Freedom, I could have been in trouble all the time. But I didn't dare take the chance, you know. So I kind of played it cool. If what was planned was to be raised from all kinds of hell, I kind of just that was the difference between my folks and the Freedom folks. They were used to that kind of rowdy between, you know.
Yeah.
And like I say, in the past, it just never left me when I was told, if you get picked up, I'll be twice as hard on you as I would anybody else. That just kind of stuck with me for wherever I was, you know.
Yeah. Couldn't get away from him.
For one thing, the few things that I might have been called rowdy, I got no big kick out of it. So what the hell, why do it, you know?
That's true, I guess. Sure. Huh. Let's see.
I was trying to think of, you know, some of the things that, I mean, I could go up to Freedom and I could go by the bowling alley and I could drink all the beer I wanted. That's the way Freedom was, you know.
Yeah.
It was wide open for anybody and everybody, you know.
Party town.
And for another thing, I didn't know what, if I got picked up for something, I don't know what the hell would have happened to me with my dad. He just, I always got the impression he got a big kick out of whipping the shit out of me.
That's so bad, so unfortunate.
Well, see, Dorothy couldn't do nothing wrong. I couldn't do nothing right. And Bud, he was cool, calm, you know. He didn't even want any rough stuff or anything like that. That's the way he was. And then Marshall, well, when this took place years later because he was that much difference in our ages. I guess he was raising hell all the time. So what the hell happened there? I wasn't home then anymore. I was in the service and that. So I don't know if he got the shit kicked out of him or what.
Oh my goodness. Okay, then this follow-up question was, did you ever butt heads with your brothers, your families, sisters, siblings?
Oh boy. Butt heads in my... I'm sure I did, but I didn't push it.
Yeah. You sort of walked away?
Huh?
Walked away?
Yeah, it was better than. Let's put it this way. I remember the sting of the ironing cord. I didn't need that anymore.
Oh wow.
And my dad was something else.
Yeah. I gathered.
I remember different times I'd say to him, what was it like when you were growing up? You don't need to know that.
Really?
And I got the impression that you only went as far as 4th grade, and then you stayed home on the farm.
Oh.
Except for Waldemar. He had polio.
Uh-huh.
Can I go to school? If you want to waste your time, go ahead. And Waldemar did not waste his time. He got an education, and more education, and more education. He was, I forget where he was, at high school farther north from here. What the hell is the name of it? But he had he was constantly getting acclimates for his what the hell is that one thing they have in high school?
Honor Society?
Huh?
Honor Society?
No, it wasn't. But it was his equivalent to that.
Oh, okay. So they lived around here?
I can't think of what the hell is it. I'm having one hell of a time remembering stuff.
That's all right. So am I.
No, it's just every day I'm having trouble. You know, it's not just with you. Yeah,
Let me take a picture of this.
What was the one thing in high school that says something society?
National Honor Society?
No.
That's the only thing I know of.
Maybe it wasn't Science Society. I can't think of it. It was kind of like what the hell would you say? Well, it don't make any difference, I guess. Most likely think of it as you walk out the door. Society? Is there something that goes with society?
Yeah, the National Honor Society is the only thing I know of. Why is that?
I know he was recognized that his program like that at that school was always at the top.
So what did he end up doing?
I do not remember what it was. I can tell you when I'll remember it as you walk out the door.
What did he do for a living?
Did who?
The one who's in the
Huh?
smart guy, your smart uncle.
What did he do for a living?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Your smart uncle.
My dad?
No. His brother.
Which one? Bud?
No.
Marshall?
No.
What did he do for a living?
Yeah.
He was a high school teacher,
Oh.
and apparently very involved with kids and stuff like that. I don't think he ever married. Wait a minute. Yes, he did too. He had 3 sons.
Oh.
One was a pastor who died, my age, who died in Minnesota. And one was an executive in a corporation, and the other one was high into education.
Oh, wow.
So he was very successful with his boys.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, just keep out of my way.
Hmm. What a difference an education can make.
Huh?
What a difference an education can make.
Yeah. I got a feeling my dad had it rough at home.
Yeah.
There were about 4 or 5 boys.
Here, I gotta.
I never really, except for the Grapers, I never really got to know my Matheson family. They were all farther up north, and this, that, and the next thing.
Oh.
I think they just plain avoided us.
Okay. Do you see any of them? No. Have you seen any of the family in recent years?
Well, Bud is dead.
Yeah.
He's buried down here at Greenville, at Green Acres, or what do you call it? There's a funeral home down here. And
In Neenah?
Other side of Neenah.
Oh, really?
Green.
He didn't get buried in Freedom?
Huh?
He's not buried in Freedom?
Have I seen any of the family in recent years? No, I haven't. For one thing, remember, my folks got married was in their 30s.
Yeah.
So the other families were up and spread out already, you know.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's buried at Green Acres, Green.
Huh, that
I
surprises
think
me.
it's Green something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's a cemetery where there's no stones showing. They're all laying flat.
Oh.
you know.
Oh,
I think.
interesting. Okay. Anything else?
And my sister, she's down in Sheboygan, or she was down in Sheboygan. And that family, oh boy. I wouldn't know where to begin to tell you about that thing. What she married him for, I'll never know. He was a drunk.
You're scary.
I remember one thing, this will give you an example, goofy example, but I remember he came up, they came up, and they were by my folks, and had corn on the cobs. He wasn't that big of a guy, and he ate the 11 cobs of corn. God, can you imagine?
No. Yeah, he was, he reminded me of a used car salesman.
He was a dandy. And his boys weren't any better as they grew up, I guess.
Yeah.
They were from the Fond du Lac area. Yeah, that'd be a pretty good example.
Yeah, he was like a used car salesman. Yeah, he was creepy.
Only let's put it this way, used car salesman would have some class.
I don't think they do.
He was something else.
Oh, that is funny.
He always had big deals going.
Yeah.
I never found out any of them, but he always had big deals going.
Yeah.
I think it was between his ears is where it was.
He was something else. That's for sure. Okay, so next week we're just going to do some follow-up questions. We're not going to have any new questions.
Okay. In other words, anything I think of, write down.
Write down.
There was one thing I wanted to tell you, and I forgot to try to write it down. And do you suppose I can remember what the hell it was?
Yeah, because I'll ask you some questions just to get clarification on some of your past answers.
Okay, that's fine. I'll see if I can do that for you.